Sunset all cloudy and blaze with the cream of bottles lying everywhere. Got a guitar in my hand and a Western oil can under my ukulele for a chair. It's Aloha Friday, no work till Monday. It's Aloha Friday, no work to
Australia.
Australia?
Japan. Yeah.
Australia, Japan?
Yeah.
Why not? Throw them in there.
Ella.
Throw 'em in there.
Ella there.
Heck, let's go to China. Yeah, Shanghai. Oh yeah, oh, Shanghai. Okay, but we're not Shanghaiing anybody today. We're just, you know, picking up your day. Cheery this morning.
Yes.
Right? Because it's the Aloha Friday morning show brought to you by
He said, and it's Pelotron Company.
Aloha to I'm Oku McClellan, Harvard McClellan, Harvey Kim. Harvey McClellan?
Hey, they are brothers.
Harvard Kim.
They are
yes,
brothers.
let's get it
Superpowers
straight.
have united.
Okay, okay. You know, that's a lot of expectations when your name is Harvard. Okay?
I'm sure.
Oh,
That's
yes.
tough. Everybody called him Harvey, but Harvard Kim. Okay? So.
He's right up there with Yale.
Well, you know,
I was
look
actually just going to say that
what he's
exact
been able to
expression.
accomplish, you know, in this wonderful setting, along with Aimoku, great for, of course, these wonderful contracts that come down that have a cultural incentive to them that belongs to our culture and our people, and so it's great. Great, giving jobs to local people. That's what it's all about. And so, those of you who are listening, of course, you can always help with that and being part of understanding what we're doing and how we're giving back to the community. We have some wonderful guests coming up today, and it's going to be really, really special. Yeah, full show. Now, last week it was all about the hokus.
It sure was.
Okay, so we're going to go into new news, but I guess we have to get rid of the old news first. What did you want to comment about the hokus for you?
Well, you know, actually, my experience at the Hoku, since we were, all of us were there. Including
Yes, we're all there.
Kahuano,
Right.
Nahoku Hanohano winner himself. Yeah. It just seemed, it was a great show, but it did seem like, and I never talked to you about this, but it did seem sort of like there was an air of I guess depression maybe, or being upset because of, you know, Chino passed away.
Well, that's not that's not depression.
Well, not depression, but just, you know, people. It was sort of bittersweet,
The
so to
jubilance
speak.
was-
Well,
Yes.
I think you can't do anything about situations.
Right.
So you can't change the venue, but you can apply that in a very, very special way. And I think the two things, having Kavena dance to the song and to have him up there on the screen singing, you know, and being a part of, you hearing his voice, right? Chino Montero.
That was a chicken skin moment because
and aloha to everybody who went to the burial ceremony yesterday at Hawaii Memorial Park.
Yeah.
There were people all over the place for Chino.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was just beautiful. So a wonderful giving back, a wonderful celebrating of his life. But at the Hokus, you got to do it.
You can feel it. You can definitely feel it.
And here's the other big pop. It was Fiji. It was Fiji.
Oh, yeah.
Up there on the stage, Fiji, up there on the stage, singing beautifully.
Hey, he sounded great, and he was in a wheelchair.
In a wheelchair. So, you know, Fiji, much aloha to all of the music, all of the years, all of the special stuff that you've given to Hawaii, you know. And there's so many singers like that. They just belong to the giving back to the community. So it was a great tribute to Chino.
What the chicken skin moment was for me was when Kavena finished dancing her song that Chino used to sing, and then she turned around and kind of like, you know, looked at the big, you know, video of Chino, the big picture of Chino, and she just kind of like, you know, she kind of bowed to it, and then that kind of made me tear up a little bit. You could tell like it was really like a
that was a
touching moment.
So it was actually a beautiful moment.
It was very
because
beautiful.
in our mourning,
crying,
right, and in our
She
mourning
wasn't
for other
expecting.
people, for others, and you know we've come across this situation. You know, your grandma recently just passed away, so it's that same thing, But here's the thing that people don't realize: for the rest of our lives, we will hold whoever's in our thoughts and what we've shared forever.
Yeah.
Because things will happen, and all of a sudden we'll look back and go, "Wow, I remember that song. Or I remember that guy. I remember what she used to do, what Grandma used to do." And so everybody has these moments that they remember. And I think that's an important part of that celebration. This year was the tribute not only to Chino, but to Dennis Kamakahi. You know, and all of the beautiful songs that he played for us. And then Kamaka Kukona from Maui. Now this is a guy who used to do the chanting at the Kodak Hula show.
Oh wow.
Okay?
Yeah.
And he was enthusiastic. He loved Hawaiian culture. He loved the Olelo.
I think I remember
loved
meeting him back
everything.
then.
Oh man,
Yeah.
and then he goes to Maui, and you know, I just said, brother, love you, bro, congratulations. And we gotta play his song, because that song, what's the name of that song? Excuse me, Leilani? You don't know either.
Excuse me.
So, but he has this real Sons of Hawaii kind of
Remember we
kick
thought
on
it was Dennis's
and
song?
it was just a turn of how he does that song, Kamaka Kukwana, that really just is so beautiful. So we got to share that. Speaking of the whole.
Wow.
Okay, let's get on to new news.
Okay.
New stuff.
Shinseki.
Okay, Shinseki. President's,
Big news.
you know, about
Kauai
Shinseki.
boy.
Yeah. So, you know, taking the fall for all of these people at the
Yeah.
different hospitals who
Yeah.
didn't do anything for years, okay? You know, okay? You served.
Yeah.
You understand how many people. Your brother knows. He was in AAA. He knows how many people got served and didn't get served.
Well, and you
okay?
put people in command, and you hope that they're doing things in the way the integral, and so he still has to take the responsibility, whether he knew or not.
Okay, so whose fault is it? You know, on down the line, is it the guy at the top? Is it the administrators at the hospital, or is it the ability for people to shut off the funding
System.
and the system, and so there can't be any help? Walter Reed Hospital, which you know because you were in the Washington area, Washington D.C. Come on, how many years people have been squawking about the fact that they weren't getting services? Now let's go where nobody is going, including the president. You got how many wars, folks? Okay, how many people have survived? How many people are coming back in pieces? Mentally, emotionally, physically. Come on! We're not ignorant. We're not stupid. It's wrong. It was wrong before. Okay, this is a problem that's not about one person. It's about the whole system.
Right.
About the whole system, and saying that there's war out there. And if there's war out there, Desert Storm, Afghanistan, Iraq, and many other places, if there's war, when they come back, we have to treat them right, folks. That's our first priority. Have to treat them right. Men and women. Why? Because they need help. Because they've seen war. They've seen killing. They've done it. They change. They need help. So on down the line, everybody is responsible, starting at the top. And that's the President of the United States of America, starting at the top. I want to hear solutions. I don't just want to hear that, oh, this is what we got to do. No, we are going to do it. That's what I want to hear. And we are going to be funded. That's what I want to hear. Excuse me. But we had to do that. So we better get to some music because, you know, I got a little serious, okay? So I'm backing off now. I got to go stand in a corner. I'll be right back, okay?
We'll bring him back later.
Don't worry. The show is still going on.
A good point.
2 out of 3 of us are okay. Well, I got to go stand in a corner. We'll be right back. Hawaiian music. Music for the islands that just always treats us better. We'll be right back. Thank you, Bin. We'll be right back. Bye. Okay.
Hanua.
That's the song from Manoa.
Raising Aloha. Woohoo! Isn't that beautiful?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes, Raising Aloha. Did it win a Hoku Award?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
But
No, I don't think so.
it won the Hoku in my heart.
But it's like
In our hearts. And it's like this other song called Aloha Friday.
I was gonna
Never won a Hoku.
It's kind of like
Oh my gosh.
Mark Malu at the Merry Monarch. Everybody just loves him and knows it exists.
Yeah, that's right.
But
Academy of
not
Hawaiian
being
Arts.
the winner, but it still is the winner in many people's eyes.
Yes, yes. As far as the discipline of the kahiko and the awana and the, you know, the different kind of steps that you have to have and what you can't do in kahiko, Mark, don't go by those rules.
No, but it's Aloha Fridays all over the world.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
Yeah, see? So same thing, right?
That's still a winner.
Same thing, it's all good. It's
I
all good.
remember when I was
It's
in New York in like 2000, 2001, 2002.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Someone up there told me that song is played on Friday on 1,200 radio stations across the world.
Wow.
Yeah.
1,200 radio stations.
every Friday.
And I never got credit for writing the most important part, the hook to the song. Hello. Hello. But, you know, that's something that's between me and the other writer of the song, who knows the truth. Okay, 20 minutes now past what? 20 minutes past 6.
Yeah, but it looks like 20 minutes past 8 because it's so bright outside.
Yeah, it's so bright outside. You know what that means?
That's
You know what
right.
that means?
I know
There's
what
a
it means.
lot of sports going on. There's who's advancing, who's going where. Ladies and gentlemen, Ikaika.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, 6:20 a.m. It's sports time. I'm Ikaika Kahuano. Go Sports. Former Microsoft chief executive Steve Ballmer won a frenetic bidding war for the ownership of the Los Angeles Clippers with his $2 billion offering,
$2
setting a
billion,
record
Oprah.
price for an NBA team.
$2 billion,
The
Oprah.
Los Angeles Times has learned Ballmer, who was chief executive of Microsoft for 14 years, was chosen over competitors that included LA-based investors Tony Ressler and Steve Karsh, and a group of that included David Geffen and executives from the Guggenheim Group, the Chicago-based owner of the Los Angeles Dodgers. A person with knowledge of the negotiations said the Geffen Group bid $1.6 billion and Ressler $1.2 billion. The sale price is almost 4 times the highest previous NBA franchise sale price for the $550 million paid this month for the Milwaukee Bucks. It is
Billion?
Yeah, $550 million for the Bucks. It's second only to the Dodgers' 2012 sale for $2.1 billion as the highest price for any sports team in North America. And you want to know how
The
much?
Dodgers.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah, and Magic Johnson actually was part of that buy. But you want to know what the how much Sterling bought the Clippers for 30 years ago?
How much?
$12 million. And another NBA news.
Oh my gosh! No.
So
man.
I think regardless of what happened to him, he still ended up with the better.
He's gonna have a rough life,
yeah,
boy.
right?
Yeah. With $2 billion.
That's like a $2 billion profit. So, and another NBA news, what could be bigger than the playoffs? And what's a wacky conference? And what a wacky conference ride has been, mostly in the Western Conference, where each of the first 5 games have been blowouts for the victor. Tonight we have the Pacers playing Game 6 in Miami, and tomorrow night the Spurs will head to OKC for Game 6 in the reestablished 2-2-1-1-1 NBA playoff format, which I feel is better than the 2-3-2 format used for a few years. And a first for Aloha Friday Sports Time, ladies and gentlemen, ice hockey. Yes, ice hockey. It's a must because we have the Stanley Finals coming up next week with the New York Rangers booking their ticket to the Cup Finals for the first time, in 20 years with a win over the Montreal Canadiens.
Confetti all over us.
Last night
all
in New York.
over.
And they'll face the winner of the Kings Blackhawks series for the ultimate NHL 2014 ice supremacy. The Kings currently lead that series 3-2 with Game 6 tonight in Los Angeles.
They iced out the Canadians.
And my dad's favorite, in the PGA, the 2014 Memorial Tournament kicked off yesterday on Murrayfield Village Golf Course in Dublin, no, not Ireland, Ohio. And Dublin, his tour victories this year is what one lefty, Mr. Bubba Watson, 2-time Masters champion, hopes to do with a share of the lead at 6 under after the opening round.
Go Bubba!
Winner of the Memorial takes in $1,116,000. Not bad for 4 days' work.
Woo.
He shares the lead with England's Paul Casey and American Chris Kirk. 2 guys with 2 first names for their names.
Bubba Casey. Bubba Casey, Casey Bubba. Kirk.
That's right. And in UH Sports, the UH men's basketball team is losing 2 assistant coaches to the, what I call, head coaching bug.
Whoa!
Two of UH assistant coaches, Scott Fisher and Chris McMillan, have accepted head coaches positions at 2 different junior colleges with the hopes of working their way up the ladder to Div 1. And in UH football, get this, as many as 8 of the 13 UH football games this upcoming season could be shown on Oceanic Time Warner Cable pay-per-view, officials said yesterday.
Wow.
And there's your look at sports on Aloha Friday.
Yo! No, it's good. I love the playoffs. I mean, I watch guys going up to the hoops, and then who won? Spurs took it away from Thunder. Poop, outside. 3-point line. Poop, outside. 3-point line. Poop, outside. They went away.
They're hot.
Poop, outside. 3-point.
Yep. And it's like every game's a blowout, but like a different team wins.
Yeah.
It's such a wacky series.
Like, what should we win today? No, it's great. But sports is great. Last night, almost as important as the sports was the graduation of the Our Savior Lutheran Middle School.
Oh.
Okay, 8th graders graduated. 16 of them.
Oh, Nita.
And Nicole Nita was one of them. And so I want to say aloha to all of the graduates. All 16 of them moving on to high school.
Okay.
She's going to Damien Memorial. Okay, but everybody's going all over the place, different public and private schools. And it's going to be really, really nice. We want each of them, because they hold these wonderful values that they've been taught at this Lutheran school. It's just so great. So we gotta give them a round of applause.
And to all graduates of all levels.
Yeah. And you know, they had a guest speaker.
Yes.
And yeah, that was me.
It's Aloha Fridays, sir.
That was me. So I was just so proud to share life stories, fun stuff, and you know, not everything, but whatever you can in the time allotted.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
Well, those are some of my best years. When you think about it, like K through 8 was like the best time of life, man. It really was.
Exactly. You remember everybody's name. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's like you remember the names of people who you know, you'll carry for the rest of
And,
your
and
life.
I'm closer to people from St. Patrick's than I have to say like from Iolani.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kids I grew up with.
Because it's that you know, you break bread at that particular time. You're growing, you're moving. So it's a very important time, folks. That's the important time to recognize. No matter what, those intermediate years, even if you're going to the same high school, those intermediate years are very, very important.
Yeah, and I'm a proud valedictorian of St. Patrick's class of 1992.
Okay. I went to AEA, elementary and intermediate. That's how far back I go. And Leilani?
Oh, you mean as far as elementary,
Elementary into intermediate.
Kauduela, and then entering into Kamehameha, and then over to the mainland.
Okay,
And
cool.
then back home right after.
Yeah, over to San Jose.
San Jose,
Yeah.
I went to St. Patrick's when they didn't even have air conditioning in the classroom.
Oh.
That's how far back I go.
Wow, you're a frontiersman. Okay, can we move now? Can we move? Okay, so what we're gonna do is we'll look like we're getting ready for our first guest. Okay.
And you know what? Just going back to you said about breaking bread without
Excuse me?
mentioning the name of who we were with the other day, but this person said that this is what he does in business and any kind of situation. Always breaking bread with each other first, sitting down, having a little meal together, and then deciding whether both would want to go into business or to do some kind of transaction. So I think that was the old Hawaiian way. Was to sit and
I think
man,
that's a
with
good
each
way,
other.
a local style,
Yeah.
for us to break bread before
Yeah.
you move into a venture where you're working together.
Talk,
working
with
hard.
each other. Right.
I have a question for you, Dad. Would you do a pay-per-view for the UH football game? I'd rather go to the game if it's going to be charged on pay-per-view. I'd rather be pay-per-view in the stadium.
In the stadium.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people are getting so removed, right, from that opportunity. Oh, no need drive, no need find parking, no need do this, no need the impact of.
But I guess it's
other
kind of a
people.
good thing because not every game, like in
But
past
for
seasons,
people
was
who
shown
can't
on TV.
afford it, I mean, can't afford to get there, for, like they're away.
I guess it's not
for
a bad
people
option.
who are neighbor islands, for people who just want to be able to see it. For those people, it's good.
And let's hope this year we win more than one game.
Not hope, son. Not hope. We better win more than one game. We better. Otherwise, you know what's going to happen? Huh? Nothing is going to happen. Oh, excuse me. Back in the corner. I'll be back in the corner. Our first guest is coming up. Oh, this is a rough day for me.
You're really in the corner last today.
It's 6:27. Happy Aloha Friday, everyone. Brought to you by...
He said, and it's Pelletron Companies. I like it better without the headphones.
Larry Lindsay Kimura, how about I say for that? Yes, definitely.
That song is
Part of the Hawaiian Renaissance that happened during the time of the 70s with the music, with the culture, with Hokulea, now sailing
Today?
around the world.
Starting
right?
today.
Wow.
From Hawaii.
But the original voyage in 1976 was an amazing time, amazing time. If I only knew what we know today, back then. That's what everybody says, in life.
Yes,
I think
Like you're
hindsight.
young now, you go, oh, if only I knew.
Hindsight, 2020, as they
what I
say.
I think people too should keep the hokulea in their prayers like every day. Because let me tell you
Oh
something.
yeah, it's a big venture.
Something they're about to, on which they're about to embark.
It's amazing.
That's
Yeah. And even their escort vessel is a canoe.
Kianalia.
I understand that.
It's not like a
But-
yacht or something. You know what I mean? It's
Yes,
not
I
like a
understand
cutter
that.
cruiser belonging to the Coast Guard. It is another canoe. So these two canoes. And by the way, even though there's a lot of high-tech equipment on Hikianalia,
yeah.
they still are going to
yeah.
use the same ways to navigate.
Right.
So there are two canoes on the voyage around the world. Woo!
You know what's so
Hard to believe.
awesome? So this was revealed last year. There were different classifications for astronomy, Hawaiian So there's a Kupahu classification, and then that we were able to name the different, like the elite stars, the different. I think there were 5 groups that they had named.
Is that because your name is Kupaho? Did you say that?
I say that because it was it was a revelation to me, and I shared that with Nainoa. But it's like there's several different classes of star naming.
Did you know that in the stars, there's one formation that looks like an old guy?
Maybe yours? Saying to
Could be me, I'm not sure, but it could be me. I'm not sure. Could be the biggest fan of the UH Rainbows who are not winning. What happened to the team? We get the Aloha Stadium empty. Come on, bring it back. Okay, we like win. Okay, I don't care how we do it.
Your dad's
nah, just joking.
We're
gonna play fair. Okay, I'm sorry, I just went off. But it's time to say goodbye because we have about 60 seconds to say, ladies and gentlemen, it's Aloha Friday, no work till Monday. A doobie 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 doobie, a did diddly doo. It's Aloha Friday, no work till Monday. A doobie 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 doobie. Boombox, here we go now. People in the crew sucking up the brew, pull their homie smoking on the side. All the surfers are dropping while the high schools are popping. Down Kala, cover for a ride. It's Aloha Friday, no work till Monday. A doobie 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 doobie, a did diddly doo. It's Aloha Friday, Aloha Friday, no work till Monday. A doobie 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 doobie, a did diddly doo.
What timing?
I sit all cloudy and blessed with the prima bottles lying everywhere. Got a guitar in my hand and a Western oil can under my ukole for a chair. It's Aloha Friday,